Good morning. Yay. Good morning, Robin. Awesome. I hope that you're doing well. Good morning, everybody. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga. We're here for our Yoga Basics live Saturday morning, 10 a.m. But it is not the first class of the day. I want to give a super duper shout out to everybody who came out this morning. I don't know, about 15 or so people up at the Turner Dodge house. So a shout out to everybody. Let me see who I can remember. Cossette, Kim, Randy, Deshaun, Carrington, Sarah, Victoria. Let me see. You guys can all fire me. Elizabeth, Kathy, Kim. Okay, that's about all that I can handle out of my brain this morning, but thank you all. It was beautiful to see you all. I hope that you put some aloe if you got a sunburn. Man, that sunrise comes early this morning. So welcome to our Yoga Basics. Here we are in the studio, ran back home, got everything going so that we can get started with back to basics. So feel free to make a comment. Let me know that you're here. If you have any requests, how are your bodies feeling? What are you needing this morning? We're going to practice our connection practice, our yoga, in a fundamental way. Getting back to the basics doesn't mean that it's going to be simple or be easy. Basics can sometimes be some of the most difficult in the mind and the body than some of the crazy stuff. Okay. Well, if you have a block or a strap, make sure that you've got that nearby that we could use if need be. And why don't we start our practice this morning standing? All right. Let's come on up to the top of our mat. Separating our feet a comfortable distance apart. They can be together if that's where you would like them to be. But let's just come into being familiar with standing. Standing with ease. I'll turn sideways here. And then maybe just play with the toes and the ankles. Then settle in. Check in on the pelvis. Maybe rocking back and forth. And then feel out a nice little equilibrium. Rolling the shoulders up and back and down. Maybe just let your gaze go around your surroundings, your environment. Change direction. Just feel your eyes seeing the day. These are your eyes on Saturday morning. Spread the toes, feel your base. And let's breathe in and lengthen upward. Exhale, we'll hinge it forward. Nice and gentle. You can have the knees soft. I'm going to start this way. I got to be a little mindful here. I've done a few forward bends already today. So I don't want to overdo in my hamstrings or my back. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows and see if we can allow the upper body to hang. Now, when you fold it forward, if you're feeling like you're too smushed, right? If our belly or our chest are kind of too smushed, go ahead and widen your stance a little, and we'll let that upper body go. Find the basics, the fundamental of standing for you. Make it fit your body. How much can you soften in between your shoulder blades? How much can you permit your neck and your head to just hang? We'll release the arms and round the spine up to standing. We'll take the right arm across the chest, hooking under it, and a gentle twist. You can just hold behind that shoulder. Now try to aim your hips forward as you're revolving from the low spine and upper spine. And release. We'll find the other side. Hook, twist, breath. and bring it back. I think I want to open up the chest just a little bit. I'm going to find a clasp. You could always just choose to use a strap instead, holding your hands together with the strap. Try not to lock those knees back so the knees are soft. Hips forward a bit, lifting the wrists. Let's work the neck as we do this, up and back and down. Maybe left and right, side to side. Good. Breathe in and aim the chest to the ceiling, drawing the wrists down, bend those knees. And exhale, coming forward. I'm going to let the arms go, setting my strap aside now. And we'll roll the spine up. Let's see about just a little bit of a flow to warm up the body with that bit that we've just put together. Feeling where the feet are. Growing tall. Feeling our day. Arriving. Letting go of yesterday. Arriving in this fresh new slate today. Who is the being we want to be today? Breathing in. Let's do an exhale into a side bend. Breath in. Exhale over to the other side. Breathe in. Taking it forward. And roll the spine up. So patient. Don't worry about catching up to us. Work at your pace. And then just pick up and jump in where you want to jump in. We'll take the right arm across, hook under, hips forward, and revolve. Let your tummy breathe. And release, and other side. Feel things loosening up. Feel things getting a little limber. And release. Breath in. And take it forward. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows. Let that upper body hang. Shift some of your weight forward and back in your feet. Release the arms. We'll round the spine up, calming up to standing. We'll find the clasp behind our back. Maybe with that strap. Bend the knees a little, hips forward. Shine the breastbone to the ceiling. Shine the breastbone to the sky. Tilt the chin down and up. And we'll take it forward. We'll release the arms. Let's bring the hands down and make our way down to hands and knees. Take your time. Changing our perspective, changing our orientation to the earth. See if you can stack your wrists under your shoulders, kind of distribute the weight in a nice balanced manner. Knees under your hip bones. And we'll breathe in and drop the belly down, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. Press down through the entire surface of every finger. Breath in, drop the belly. Lift the chest, shoulder blades drawing down and away. And exhale, round. All right, I'm going to invite us to find a child's pose, a little bit of a break, a little bit of a rest. So widening the knees tends to be a little bit better for the back, the hips, gives a little space for our belly and our chest. But if this is contraindicated for your knees, you don't have to go into child's pose. You could also take a pillow or a bolster behind the knees and sink that back if that takes some of the pressure out of the knees for you. Explore your breath. Good. We're going to come up to hands and knees. I'm going to move this pillow out of my way. Tucking the toes under. And before we go anywhere, even notice, did the mind think, oh, I know where we're going. We're going to go to down dog. Can we just feel the toes? So I'm just tucking them and pushing down on them, feeling the stretching in the toes. Not really feeling my left pinky, so I'm going to ask that one to get involved. It's so much shorter than my big toe, though. All right, spreading the palms, middle finger facing forward, applying pressure through each digit, asking them all to be a part of the support of the symphony. We'll tuck the toes. We're going to lift the hips up, dropping the head down. Maybe walk your dog here. So you never have to straighten your legs. You could stay in the down dog with the knees bent, pushing down and forward through the arms, working your head. So here we are in a nice inverted upside down space. We get to change perspective. See if you can have your eyes open for a little bit and just notice how it feels to be in this sort of orientation. To feel and see and breathe and be in this shape. Breath in. And we'll bring those knees down. Let's invite a twist. Working the chest area, the arms, the waist. You can be looking down. Pay attention to your neck. Feel alive in this body, aware and awake in the body. And then we'll bring this down. Again, trying to keep this wrist under the shoulder and twisting. And I'll show here I'm shifting back. So I'm just going to try to bring that awareness, keeping that weight forward. Expand the rib cage with breath. Softening my neck. I got a little tense there. And I'm going to bring that arm down. And another child's pose. Now for this child's pose, I'm going to work on stretching my arms in a different way. So I'm going to let my elbows rest like this. Your hands could be to prayer. You could lift the prayer hands up. Ooh, and feel that stretch on the underside of the arms. Breath in. Breath out. New feelings. New perspectives. Connecting with it all. Good, and we'll come on back up. Positioning our palms. All right, if you're joining for our yoga basics, we just work on fundamentals of any kind of posture. We're here to connect with our breath and our bodies and our minds. If you want to find a down dog, we're going to tuck the toes, feel that awareness. Notice too here that I've let my heels kick out. Here I'm going to try to keep my heels in a neutral space, bringing that awareness as I lift my butt up, pushing down and forward through the arms. Those knees could be liberally bent. Pressing the heels back if you like. Lengthen your rib cage. Feel your armpits. Can they give you more support? Or do they feel like they're pulling apart, pulling away? How do you squeeze and engage those muscles? Breath in. Breath out. And I'm going to bring my left knee down and step the right foot up. Now, if you want, go ahead and bring a block down out in front of you. Actually, I'll get it for demo. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg. Try to notice I'm going to keep this knee over that heel so that the length is happening back here. Now, we're going to spin that left foot flat so that the toes are aiming this way now. Good. Now, I'm going to turn this block upward, giving it a little bit more space. So The bottom body is in the shape of what's called Warrior Two. So we've got a little open hip space. The stable leg is right here. The bending, giving, yielding leg is this one, the bent one. Turn the hip and the waist open. Good. That left hand can be on your hip. Breath. Now squeeze your legs and let them go. Squeeze your legs. Just test now. See what's there. And let them go. Good. Let's squeeze. I'm going to bring the hands down. Bring this knee down. I'm going to step this right leg back and trade it out. So now we know a little bit kind of where we're going. We're going to step this leg up. Maybe start right here by feeling out, okay, where am I? How am I placing my body? Use that block for your support. Tucking the back toes, straightening that back leg. Lengthening the spine. Where's your breath? Push back into that back heel. All right, I'm going to spin this foot flat. Now, right now, I'm going to turn so that you guys can face me, and, I'm going to face you so that you don't have to look at my butt. All right, aim those toes this way. This knee is bending. Hand is on your block. You can rest it on your knee. The reason I like the block sometimes is I feel like we just kind of slouch on this knee. When we've got this arm extended, we're actually activating that arm to do something. Pressing down into the legs, turning this chest open, resting the hand at the hip, finding our breath. Squeeze the legs and let it go. So we're feeling engagement and release. Squeeze, stand in those legs and release. Squeeze. What does the engagement feel like? How does it make us feel? Are we feeling solid? Are we feeling strong? Are we feeling tired? And release. Good. We'll slowly bring those hands down. Bring that back knee down. We'll step that left leg back. And let's find the child's pose that works for us. I'm going to keep my knees wide, not using the pillow, but I'm going to bring the knees in a little closer so they're not as wide as they had been. Breath. Okay, so this is about fundamentals and the basics. So we did some standing basic, all right? We've done some of the down dog basic, child's pose basic. Now we're going to work a little bit on, and we did the side angle. That's what we used with that block, and the legs were nice and wide, strong in those hips. All right, so now we're going to work a little bit on a fundamental of an inversion. An inversion is upside down. So just embrace that. What is she meaning? Where is she going? Notice your reaction. Or is your reaction like, or is your reaction like, ooh, what does that mean? Let's start finding a clasp. I'm actually going to take my rings off. Actually, going to take these off too. All right. Interlace. I like to take one finger, the pinky out, curl it under, wrap those fingers over it, and bring the elbows down. So the back body's in child's pose. The arms are in this clasp like a V. Now I'm going to bring the very top of my head up here onto the floor. And that's it. Draw the shoulders up to the ceiling and breathe. And release, coming on up to sitting upright. Feel everything settling back down to its natural orientation with gravity. And let's see if we'd like to reapproach. I'm going to turn sideways this time because I'll give a second option. If you're like, okay, I feel comfortable with that. If you don't, we're all confronting and observing a different landscape inside of us. Maybe bringing that head down is a little scary. Maybe bringing that head down feels claustrophobic. If you're feeling any pressure on your neck at all, stop. Let's not do it. The arms should be providing support. All along this V is the support on the ground for us. This should not be the weight-bearing area. All right. Let's take a moment. Connect with what it feels like to be open, to stepping into a change of perspective, to flipping everything upside down, to doing things differently or maybe something new. And we're still just working on the root fundamentals. All right, as I said, I was going to turn sideways for this so that everyone can see where we're going. We're going to do the same thing. This interlace, bringing the forearms down in a nice little V. Now, the arms should not clamp the sides of the head. You want the head to be free. Very top of your head, not your forehead, coming onto the floor. Drawing the shoulders up. Breathe in. Now, if we are well endowed in the chest area, you might need to double sports bra to kind of keep everything away. You could also use a strap and cinch it along the top here and cinch it with the hooks so that you've got basically an overwipe, all right? So that we can breathe, okay? Because breathing is kind of important. Crown of the head is down. Shoulders are up. Now, if you want to go further, if you're feeling safe, okay, secure and safe and stable, that is our base from all things. So don't be in a hurry. Check yourself right now about your desire, your ambition. Because if you're like, oh, I won't try it, but you don't have any stability, that's not practicing yoga. Right? That's being in a rush. That's showing off. If you're ready, if you want to explore it, we tuck the toes and lift the hips into down dog in the bottom body, but the top of the head is down. The forearms are pressing down, not digging into the the elbows. Continue to draw the shoulder blades up to the ceiling. Your knees could still be down. Eyes open. What do we see? No pressure in the head. If you're feeling lightheaded, you're feeling any pain in your neck, come out. Open your jaw. No stress, no strain. Full breath. We'll bring those knees down. Slowly. Don't be in a rush to lift your head. We'll lift the head, upper body up. Let's do a few neck rotations. Change your direction. Good. Let's come on down to sitting. We'll lengthen those legs out in front of us, flexing the toes. Clear out some fleshy bits. Sitting up tall. Maybe close the eyes. Try to deliberately lengthen through the back of the neck. And then what's the least amount of effort we need to exert to do this? Sitting in your strength, sitting in your stability. No strain. Let's breathe in and lift up. Exhale as we hinge it forward, pulling the chest forward. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Soften your neck. Soften your tummies. Soften your thinking. And we'll bring ourselves upright. Good. I'm going to bring my right leg in. I'm going to step this foot across the left leg. Now notice if that leg wants to fall open. Let's see what we can do to try to keep that knee aiming upright. You might need to walk the foot forward. Try to keep that foot flat if you can. If you can walk it in and keep it flat, you'll start to feel along the side of that thigh. It's not going to be anything intense. It generally isn't. Just has that kind of tight, taut feeling. Both sit bones down, chest up. Use that left arm to help pull that right knee to the left. Wrap around, right hand behind. Chest up, breath in. Now maybe lean back. We can pull some tummy bits out of the way, twist, and then come on back up. Breath in, and twist to the right. Inhale, and exhale. Now find a nice space where we're not forcing anything, where we can just be at ease in this twist. Be at ease in ourselves, accepting, contented. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice the quality of your serenity. How do you invite it along? I'll gently release out of that space. Now I'm going to see about hooking. You could just bring your hands underneath of this calf. Some of you might be able to hook the elbows. That could be really extreme. So you could just hold here, pulling the heel toward your chest a bit, and then rocking. Feel that hip. Maybe do a little circle. Change direction of the circle. Good. I'm going to straighten that leg out. And go into that forward fold as a nice little intermission once again. Maybe using the strap this time. Bringing it to the soles of the feet. Holding as close to the feet as we can. Paying attention to the spine. Deliberately lifting it. Anchoring in the legs. Breath in. Exhale. Lengthen belly. Through the breastbone, shoulder blades at ease. Breath is so calm. Letting the strap go. Bringing ourselves upright. And now we'll feel out the other side. So I'm going to bring this left leg in and then stepping it over. And maybe you're starting to notice, there's some differences going on from side to side in the hip and the side of the thigh. It's good to notice, good to observe. Try not to diagnose too much about what did I do yesterday or Does this mean something's wrong? Can we just meet ourselves where we are and just say, that's my left side? Okay. And how do we respect it today? All right, I'm going to wrap this arm around, keeping this knee upright, sitting up tall. My left hand is behind me, providing support. Trying to squeeze that right thigh, give me a more anchor. I just noticed I could move more belly button there. I'm going to breathe in, sit up. I'm going to lean back, twist a little. That unto itself moves enough of my tummy flesh. And then I get to sit up, breath in, exhale, twist. Breath in, breath out. Notice your feet, your ankles, both calves, what are they doing? Knees, thighs, both sides of the hips, front of the pelvis, the sacrum, the waist, the sides, solar plexus, rib cage, all the way up the back, in between the shoulder blades, behind the neck. Feel the whole body. Scan it, observe it. And we'll gently release. So we'll find this nice little hook space here with the bent left leg. You could just be holding on under that ankle. Some of you may be wanting to feel out, bringing the elbows under the calf, sitting upright and erect in the spine. Try not to cave and collapse. You could always work the neck here as you're lifting the spine, kind of feeling, what's going on in the neck. Help it find a little space. Help it let go of some of the tension. And we can rock. I'm just going to hold the foot here to do the hip rotation. Changing the direction. How much does that hip want to move? How much do we want to breathe? What are we doing with this moment of living, this moment of life, this moment of breath? And I'll lengthen that leg. And I think I'm going to go a little wide here. So maybe as wide as your mat. I know I'm sideways on mine, so I'm just kind of gauging it out a little bit. I'm going to rotate inward here. That might alleviate a little pressure from some of the work we just did. And out, from rotating from the upper thigh bone. And rotate in. Then get the ankle involved. Chest up. And out. I'm going to come in and see about coming forward. Now, if you can keep that inward angle, you could try it out with the strap here, just as we did before. But feel that inward rotation of the thighs. Soften the tummy. Breath. Lengthen the back of the neck forward. Feel the tummy breathing. Bringing ourselves up. I'm just going to hold on to that strap here and rotate the thighs outward and the ankles. And do the same thing. Stop there. And my calves there. Learning, right? Wow. Breath. And then gradually, my body's like, okay. We just needed a minute. We needed to go a little more slowly. And bringing it up. Wow. What a difference. Just changing an angle, changing a rotation where we get to learn and touch new areas of our body and our being. All right, now I'm going to come a little bit wider. Now, if you like, you could be sitting on a pillow under your butt. If you feel like it's too much on the backs of the legs here, you could put one of those, if you've got a pillow or a rolled up yoga mat, underneath of the knees so that you can let them go, but they won't like uber stretch out. Point and flex. Tilt the tailbone back and forth. Let's twist. Oh. Use the arms to help you twist. Soften the tummy to help you twist. Shoulders down. And then we'll release and come on around to the other side. Good. Coming forward. Walking the hands forward. Now lead with the belly button, as though there's a rope tied to your belly button, pulling it this way. And then it's up onto your chest, pulling it this way. Breath. You can let your head go. You could do neck rotation. Feel out what you want. What helps you stay right here? Trying to keep the mind and our focus right here on the mat. Right here in our skin. Not down memory lane. Not into the future that we want. And let's bring ourselves back up. All right. I'd like to work a little bit on some reclining hero. It's just stretching the backs, the tops of the calves. So we're going to do this in as much of a mindful way that we can. So if you have a pillow or just rolled up blankets to give you some extra cushioning, go ahead and grab them. I'm going to bring that pillow behind me. Let me see, where am I going? Okay. Up against my back. And I'm going to bend my right leg like so. Now, for me, as you'll notice, the top of my foot accepts that level of stretching. If the top of your foot is like basta, then you can turn it sideways. Really pay attention to your knee here, that inner knee, because we are kind of turning it, twisting it here. You could also bring a pillow under them. So let's feel that out. This is a lot of pillow help. Teaching us about accepting support, asking support, setting ourselves up with support. All right. We're going to lower ourselves onto the pillow. I'm going to bring my foot into that comfortable space for me. And see what body parts want to let go first. Softening in the groin and the pelvis. Unsqueeze the butt muscle. Come back to your breath. Maybe soften the ankle. Come back to your breath. Are we tightening or are we allowing? Check in with your arms and your shoulders. Could we let go? Could we surrender? Now, if you need to come out, honor your own space. Honor your limits. There are no shoulds, like I should be able to do this as long as Belinda is. There are no I should be able to do this if I want to develop my practice. If something is telling you red alert, honor your red alert. Do we even know how to listen to it? Do we know when it's happening? We're cultivating that. Breath in between those shoulder blades. Breath in your low back. Could you you soften your neck. And let's gradually bring ourselves upright. If you haven't already, come out. Take your time. No sudden, harsh movements. Leaning over to that left. Straightening that leg out. Maybe shake it out. And we're going to come around to the other side. I'm just going to turn. Now, just like I said in one of the other postures, let's honor that from side to side. Different story to tell. I'm going to bend this knee. See about, oh yeah, okay, that side is happy as well. Provide support. I like this really up against my low back so that my back feels a lot of support. Ooh. Laying it down here. Now you could play with seeing about having the inner thighs come a little closer again. But eventually, let go of fidgeting and fiddling. Allow for a space of just being. Noticing the nuance and contour and texture of what's changing. Breathing in. Breathing out. Free and easy breath. You could always lengthen the arms as well. Soften your faces. Can you draw the shoulders down the spine here? When you're ready, we'll make our way upright, smooth and even, shifting over to the right side, bringing that leg out in front of us, shaking that out if we like. Now, either with a block or I'm going to use the pillow. Because why should I move to hard blocks now? We're heading into a nice, easy space. I'm going to lift myself up onto the pillow and lay it down. So my shoulder blades are on the floor. Legs are straight. Now again, you could be up on a block. So if you'd like to lay down on your back and then lift the hips like for bridge and then slide the block underneath of your sacrum, just above your tailbone, go ahead. Now I'm going to start with my legs, close together. And then let the legs go. And notice the subtle or maybe not so subtle activity that's going on in the front of the hips as well as in the low back. Relaxing the tummy, allowing the breath. Breath in. Breath out. Maybe bring the bottoms of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall open with the hips open wide. You could always give yourselves a massage, loving touch. Bringing our awareness to maybe any areas where we feel inhibited about touching. Follow the breath in the nostrils, filling up the belly. Follow the breath out of the belly, through the neck and throat, out the nostrils. We'll bring those inner thighs in together. Feet are down. We'll ease our way off the block. Take your time. Or the pillow. So we'll just lift the hips. Slide that out from under us. Lowering the hips down, inviting one knee into the chest. Be gentle. Other knee into the chest. Rock and roll. Good. We'll bring those feet down. Knees together, inner thighs touching, and then wiggle the feet out wide. You ought to feel maybe a little tightness or tension along the front of these hip flexors. A few pelvic tilts, waking up this area. There's a lot of fine movement that our hips afford, and if all we do is sit on it, we're really limiting the movement, and then we start to actually feel that limitation in terms of frozen, stuck spaces. And then let the feet stay wide, and we'll let the knees rock side to side. What's the range your body will afford with ease? Notice how much your mind has to play in this. Is our mind wanting something that our body won't give us? Yoga means connection. Let's allow those connections to happen. Let those dots get connected. Good. Maybe linger on one side for a little bit. Find the pauses where you like. Notice if you're really just enjoying continual flow, or whether you need to sit and hold something. Let something talk to you. Let something be revealed. Both have value. And we'll eventually come on back to center. We'll bring one knee into the chest, other knee to the chest, knees wide. Now your hands could come behind the knee joint, pulling the knees toward the floor for happy baby. Maybe your hands come up to the feet. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm good. I'll just hug the knees in. It's a very revealing posture, and it may not feel like a safe space for all of us. So choose what works for you. And feel even yourself giving yourself that permission. Maybe you never knew, like, why, I don't really dig happy baby, and just the notion of, oh yeah, that might be a reason. And then let's send some nurturing love to ourselves for that. So either staying in the happy baby, maybe in a cradle, feel yourselves giving yourself permission for choice. And we'll straighten the legs up toward the ceiling. Pressing the spine into the floor. Notice, can your legs stay together without effort? Could you send the heels up as though you're standing on the ceiling without effort? And if you're feeling effort, what does the effort feel like? Is it a straining effort or is it an at-ease effort? Do we know the difference? Point and flex. Say hello to your calves. How many areas in your calves can you start to get to know? Your Achilles tendon, tops of the feet, shin muscles, rotations, feel the ankles. Ooh, feel the complexity of the ankles, how many bones there are. Are you aware of one foot or leg more than the other here? Do the shoulders tense up? Do they need to? Change direction. And we'll bring the feet down. Lay the body out for Shavasana. So you can lay down on your back with your legs straight. You can have your feet together in Baddha Konasana. You can have your feet down in bridge. You could curl up in a ball. You could lay on your belly. The point is for you to be able to be in your body in ease and stillness. Be in your mind in ease and stillness and quiet. And be as fully aware and awake in that stillness, in that quiet. And notice what is going on. If the mind is busy, how can you invite it into a calmer space? You could give it something to focus on, one of your senses. You could give it a word, an affirmation. If the body is fidgety, you could adjust the posture. You could focus on gravity and releasing yourself, surrendering yourself to gravity. Let's stretch or yawn. Emerging from Shavasana, when you're ready, you could just tune us out right now and stay in it, in that peaceful, grounded space. Or if you want to join, walk the feet in. I'm just going to roll side to side a bit. That twisting is feeling really good on my body. And then I'm going to bring myself up slowly, patiently, lovingly. Arriving in a seated space. Sitting any way you wish. You could have your legs out in front of you. You could be sitting on a chair. Yoga helps us connect and live in this unified way. Unified and aware in our bodies and how we're moving and how it's prepared to support us, to give us strength, to give us flexibility when we're needed, to keep us safe. Connecting to how we're breathing, drawing in the inside world, outside world, what we're holding pent up, what we're releasing. What's the quality of what we're sending out? And it also helps us connect in with what is actually going on in our mind and what do we give the greatest attention to in our mind? Do we give all of the attention to our worries and our fears? Do we obsess over things we can't control? So where are we right now in our mind? What is here? What does that even mean? What is presence? What is focus? What is stillness? When we notice a thought that isn't right in this present moment, can we softly let it go? Let go of the emotions around it. Let go of our habits around it. And then notice, who am I when I let that go? Am I still me? Hands to the heart center. If you'd like to Om, let's Om. Deep breath in. Hands to the heart center. May you all continue to work on connection with kindness within yourself and with others. Namaste.